Hey guys, this is the main wall of a famous monument in India. From here you can enter the premises. Historians claim that the vast architecture of this historical monument resembles the hypostyle of the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus, Syria, because the builder of this monument hailed from that region, whose name was Sikandar Shah. Just to convince the people about the question that why this building is different in the lower and upper parts. But today, in this video, we will analyze only this wall of this complex to conclude that were Mughals really able to build such a marvel? Either is it really a masjid or something else? As you can see, there are two door-like structures in the wall, one stair-like structure on the right side, and rest are the walls containing pillars into it. Now, if we start from the ground, just look at the base of the pillars. You can see two urn-like structures on both the pillars, which are called kalash in Hindi, and placing kalash on the doors is an old tradition of Hinduism. Now, if we compare this structure with the same kind of structure of some famous mosques built in Syrian style, then you will see that there is no pot-like things are carved in the lower part any of them. But if you see this picture of Karla caves of Maharashtra, you can see these pillars whose base have kalash. These caves belong to Buddhism and Hinduism. As we move a little ahead, you can see human faces on both pillars, but according to Islam, idolatry is not allowed to be carved. Then why is it carved here? Now if we move a little upwards, this is old Nagar-style kurtamukha, which is carved especially on the doors. As we move upwards, we can clearly see the carvings of kalash and two man-like carvings. You know who these are? These are the carvings of Lord Surya, as you can see the flares of fire, which is generally carved on the doors, especially in the temples. But according to Islam, they worship the moon, not the sun. And this is not the moon, due to the clear visibility of its flares. Now if we go more upward, we can see this lotus petal type carving, which is called a mulika, generally carved on the top of the temples. Muslims don't use either lotus or amlaks on the top of their mosques. Now if we look to the right and left side, we can see two flowers carved on the walls. In Hinduism, these are called Brahmakamal, also known as the sacred lotus of the Himalayas, which is found in the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas in India, especially in parts of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Arunachal Pradesh. It usually grows at an altitude of 3,000 to 4,500 meters. But if we look at the geography where Sikandar Shah was born, there is no terrain like the Himalayas to grow Brahmakamal in Afghanistan. So it is impossible that the Mughals even knew about it, because there was no internet back then. Then how they can adapt to these symbols? Now if we come down and zoom in on this area of stairs, we can see this idol, which is called kurtamukha, which is again a part of Hinduism. Now, let's go to the left side of this gate. There is another gate. If we zoom in, here you can see idols and bells like carvings on the pillars, which are scratched from the base, but imprints are still there, which clearly shows that this cannot be a mosque. As we head to the left more, this pillar recessed into the wall, you can clearly see the symbols made on the black part on the upper side. This motif of kalash is made in very symmetry, but if we look at the pattern of bricks, then there is no symmetry in any pattern. Even they are not similar to each other, there is some percentage of error in each pattern. Now if we see this wall as a whole, then this wall is divided into two parts. The lower one is built of black stone, and the upper one is with red bricks. If you look at the lower part, its finished, beautiful carvings, its shine, and most importantly, its symmetry is enough to make you mesmerized by its beauty. But if you look at the upper part, it seems like the king who built this structure went bankrupt in building the lower part, so he used second-class material, due to which the upper portion is on the verge of its decay. But the lower one is untouched yet, and the laborers were in such a hurry that they even forgot about symmetry. Instead of placing stones here to maintain symmetry, they completed the structure by placing bricks here. Even they could not make this arch symmetrically, but look at this arch. These are in perfect symmetry, even in stones. It seems there were two students, one was a first bencher and the second one was a last bencher. The first bencher was well versed in his subjects, so he did his work perfectly. But the other, who was the last bencher, failed, even after copying the whole answer sheet of the first bencher. More than that, I think that the last bencher did not even study in the same school. What do you think about it? Please write in the comment box. Here I'll show you more pictures from the same complex. Can you identify the same things? Please please write down in the comment box what you have observed. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, don't forget to subscribe Encrypted Past and follow us on Instagram and WhatsApp channel for useful materials and daily updates.